And welcome to my channel. My name is Jen and this is my first ever YouTube video, and I can't believe I finally got around to making a YouTube after so much convincing. I'm here and I hope you enjoy this makeup tutorial. This video is in collaboration with my best friend Lucy. I'm going to link all her details below. Check out her YouTube Valentine's Day makeup look as well. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you click that bell notification. I don't even know what size it is, but make sure you press the bell so you know every time that I upload a new video. If you want to see how I achieve this makeup look, keep on watching. I'm going to be using the NYX brow pencil in the shade Espresso, and we're going to first brush our eyebrows up and then just draw a line underneath. So we're just drawing underneath and on top and just filling the brow hairs in sparsely. See the difference from not filling your eyebrows to filling your eyebrows? And now we're just going to do the other side. A tip that I have for when you're doing your brows is to kind of like get your mirror and tilt it. And then just like kind of tilt your head back as well. You can kind of see where all the brow hairs stop and start. So I'm happy with them at the moment. We can always go back if we need to do any more. So moving on, I'm going to be using my P. Louise base. Obviously, this is the product, my go-to, my everyday, like every time I'm doing my makeup, this is my go-to product. It's the Grwm 02. I have so many of these. So I'm just going to put it at the back of my hand and then just go underneath my brow. You can also use it for like your waterline. You can use it actually as your concealer as well. It comes in so many different shades for all different skin colours, which is amazing. Okay, so as you can see between both these brows, like this has so much more definition. Kind of placing the product all over my lid, and like I said before, I'll be using that as my base for my eyeshadows, just so they can have something to stick to and be so much more pigmented. So pat 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 pat, and what this will do, it will leave it very tacky for the eyeshadows to kind of stick onto. So just pat a pat 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 pat. Buff it into your skin like so. That looks so good. And then what I like to do at the front of my eyebrows is that I like that ombre effect. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going in with the same buffing brush and going upwards and like kind of patting it in at the front. This is one eyebrow done, so I'm going to hop off camera and do the other eyebrow. I'll see you guys in a bit. We have both brows done and we are ready to move on to the eyeshadow. So we'll be using the Stacey Marie Be Perfect Carnival palette. The purple shades and pink shades for today's look. Mostly just focusing on the shade Persuasion. We're going to blow it out, put a bit of rose gold glitter. Just going to grab the same buffer brush and we're just going to pat in the creases just so they don't show up when we place our eyeshadow. Just any dense brush. It already has the colour in because I've tried filming this video like 3 times now. So we're going to go in with the first colour, Persuasion, which is like a nice Ribena plum purple. That is such a pretty colour. So we're just going to pack the colour. You don't need to be neat. The tip that I have is at the edge of your eye, blend upwards to kind of have that cat eye look. Excuse the purple on my hand. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in back in with the colour Persuasion and just buff it all out. Go into the end and then the inner corner. we're just going to be holding the brush quite lightly. We're just going in with the colour Persuasion and we're just blending out the first shade that we placed down. We're just small circular motions and going back into the palette. So we're just going to keep blending, and I'm going to go off camera now to do the second eye, and I'll see you guys back in. So now that both eyes are done, so what I've just done, just to let you know, is just I've basically ended up just using 2 brushes. So I used a more dense brush and a fluffy brush, so you can just use any one. These ones are just from Amazon, the J-Sup brushes. So what I did was just pack the colour and then just like blend it out to the top. And when I'm getting to the edge, just kind of small circular motions. It doesn't need to be neat at all. Motions. Just blend in the colour up. If you feel like you're losing colour, go back into the pan and just add the colour on top. We're going to go in with our cream base. We're going to be using the Jordan Tissia in the shade Stargazer. I absolutely love this product. It's one of my favourites. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be using like a little tiny brush like this. Cream part, just to kind of have the glitter have something to stick onto, but just mainly focusing on the lash line. But as we go up, we're not going to put too much product on because we don't really want a cut crease for this look. Like so. And then we're going to pop the glitter on, which is the most exciting part of this makeup look. So going back in with some more cream base on the lash line. And just dragging the product upwards. The glitter, which is the Be Perfect. I don't know if you can see that through the camera. So we're just packing on the glitter and just distributing it on where we placed our cream base. Oh, that glitter is so pretty. And what we're going to do, we're just going to buff everything together just to make sure it's as seamless as possible. Camera stopped recording, but in the meantime I did the other eye, but I used the Pixie pigment, and what I did was I mixed the Pixie pigment and the Be Perfect glitter together. To use a number 77 Inglot eyeliner, and I'm just going to do a tight line, but you can just use any fine liner brush that you have, and I'm trying to go as tight as I can into my lash line. I'm going to set it with some black eyeshadow, so I'm just going to do the other eye and I'll be right back. All the excess underneath, we have so much glitter everywhere, so I'm just going to use a baby white Major primer from L'Oreal. I'm going to use that all over my face as like a primer into my skin, and just use one pump, but one pump goes like a long way, so I'm just really getting into my skin. This is probably not how you're meant to do it. We're going to go in with the Ordinary foundation, which looks like so, and I'm in the shade 2.1Y, but I'll be mixing it with 3.0Y. It's 3.0Y and 2.1Y. So this is a bit darker for my skin. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a lighter concealer and contour, and it will all come together. Light tapping motions. We're not smearing the brush, we're just tapping. And I feel like that way gives you the most flawless coverage ever. like so. And another trick that I like to do is grab my setting spray. So I'm using the Revolution one. So I like to use a Revolution spray and just do a few spritz on my face. And just tap the product in. And I feel like this gives me the most full coverage look ever. So now we're going to move on to the concealer. So what I like to do when it comes to concealer, I like to use a cream concealer, and then on top I like to put a liquid one. So we'll be starting off with the NARS in the shade Custard and Vanilla. I'll be mixing both of those shades. So first starting off with the custard because that's more to my skin tone. And you can use any flat brush. So I'll just be using this one that has a slight point just to get into the inner corners. Me personally, I like quite a bright under eye. So I'm going to leave it to set for a while. The edge, I like to make a sharp line to make that cat's eye effect. Okay, so once I've done that, I like to go to the top of my forehead and just highlight the focal points of my face. So that will be my forehead, down the bridge of the nose, the top lip, and my chin. And then I'm going to go in with the liquid eye concealer. So once I've done that, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is my favourite concealer ever. I'm going to go in with the shade Vanilla first. And I'm going to put it in the exact same spots, but I'm focusing more on the inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to let it set for a few minutes and I'll be back. And we're just going to blend out all the concealer and then move on to our contour. So my camera is about to die, so just to let you know which products I'm using for my contour, because I'm in the shade Carob. Don't know if you'll be able to see that. So I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown contour stick, and I'll be back with the full face, and maybe next time I'll be able to do a better full coverage tutorial as my camera is about to die. I hope you really enjoyed this makeup tutorial with me and it wasn't too long. I'm sorry that I couldn't film a full face today, but I'll be showing a close-up of what the makeup looks like. If you do want to see a full coverage foundation routine, let me know in the comments and I am more than happy to do so. And make sure you subscribe, you like, you click the notification bell because it's really going to help me out, and I hope you really enjoyed watching me do this look.